A lot of men purchase their phone for enjoyment purposes, and I used to think that way too, because you have to start questioning yourself when you realize that a billionaire like Warren Buffett uses a flip phone. Why would a billionaire be using a flip phone? If you were to write a list of all the things that you want to be, the person who you want to be, all the things that you want to do, would scrolling through Instagram and watching porn be one of them? No, absolutely not. Nobody thinks like that because ultimately we want what's great in our lives. And do you think that billionaires like Warren Buffett have any time to spend scrolling through Facebook or watching porn? I don't think so. As I mentioned in the last few videos, your phone is a massive waste of dopamine. And a wise man is very careful about what he spends his dopamine on. Companies like Facebook, Instagram, Pornhub, they all use algorithms and split testing to be able to figure out how to get you to stay on the app for as long as possible, for you to be able to see as many ads as possible, because the more ads you see, the more money these companies make. The thing is, this is not your fault. You've been lied and you've been duped. What better way to control a man than to give him a toy that he will be addicted to until late adulthood? But the thing is, you're not alone. This is happening to millions of men across the entire world. They want us to be little boys instead of men because they want us to be weak and subservient. But the answer is very obvious. Just use your phone as a tool instead of a toy. There are 3 things on our phones that completely destroy our manhood. Number 1 is porn. Number 2 is social media. And number 3 is games. Ever wonder why it's so hard to approach and talk to women? Well, it's because most men, they end up ejaculating using their hand and using their phone. And what this ultimately does is it tells your dopamine system that you don't need a girl, that you can just get enough pleasure using your hand. Because most of the things that you can find on the internet are actually just fulfilling pretty much every single sexual desire that you have, every single fantasy that you have, you can find on the internet. And most of these things you can't even find in real life. Most women will not let you do the things that you see online. And this is creating this feeling of not wanting to go and approach a woman because you can find more pleasure from just using your hand and watching porn on the internet. When high-value men take the time to go and find sex in real life, they sometimes go a week or a month or even multiple months without ever ejaculating. And what this does is it increases testosterone because of the semen that you're retaining, because it requires testosterone to continuously keep creating semen and holding on to that semen that you currently have. And what this does is, since you're increasing testosterone, it actually increases confidence, and it increases aggression, and it increases general masculinity, which women find attractive. So at the end, it is actually making it easier for you to be able to attract women and be able to have more sex. So it is in your best interest to retain as much semen as possible, even if you do have a partner that you're having regular sex with. It's a simple fact of life that the most attractive and masculine men are not sitting at home watching another guy have sex with another girl while they're pleasuring themselves with their hand. And finally, games that are so eerily similar to casinos that it's hard to ignore the fact that they're almost exactly the same. And yet you say that you never spend any money on the app, but it's the same as when people say that they never spend money at the casino. And yet you'll always continuously watch a 30-second ad here and a 30-second ad there, and it ends up adding to maybe about 3 to 4 minutes per day, which ends up adding to 18 to 24 hours per year. And this might not seem a lot, but once you account for the time that you actually spend in that game and maybe a different game, you end up wasting a lot of precious time, which is not infinite. Time is your most valuable, precious element of life. Social media is the next worst thing, and it's also part of the reason why you masturbate so much. Social media desensitizes you to what is possible in real life, and it constantly makes you compare your life to others, your girlfriend to others, your job to others. And you begin to forget what makes you happy with your own life. And you continuously get these new followers, and you send likes, and you receive messages, and all of these things cause an infinite flood of dopamine, continuous dopamine, as you're spending time on the app. And then during this whole time, they're showing you ads that they're making money off of, even though you say, I don't ever click on the ads. So those are the three things that steal your dopamine, that steal your time, and steal your manhood. So what do you do about this? Well, it's a 4-step process that I created for you to idiot-proof your phone. The first step is changing your phone screen to black. I actually went into my settings and I changed my entire phone to grayscale, so there's no color on the phone. And you might be able to do this on your phone, but if you can't, just change your phone screen to black. This will make your phone look very unappealing, and it's not going to make you want to unlock your phone in the first place, because it's not throwing a bunch of vivid colors and maybe a picture of your favorite car as your home background. So change your phone screen to black, and that will make you automatically reduce your time that you spend on your phone. Download an app that tracks your usage. I know Apple has a built-in system app that will track your usage, so just set it up in a way that it will send you reminders throughout the day of how long you're using your phone for. I personally use an app, it's called Your Hour, on my Android device, and it just continuously shows me how long I've been using my app right on the lock screen. So I try my best to use my phone for about 30 to 45 minutes per day, at 45 minutes per day as the maximum. And this is going to be mostly in phone calls or messaging. Delete all the apps on your phone, games, social media, everything. Because your phone isn't meant to be a distraction device. It is meant to be used as a tool. And the funny thing is, this distraction device is kept on you 24 hours per day. So every single minute that you get, you're going to be going on social media. You're going to check your Instagram. You're going to check your Facebook. You're going to play a quick phone game. And this adds up to hours of time that you spend on your phone. And this is time that you could be spent enjoying life. So remove all of the apps on your phone, games, social media, everything. If you need to access these things, I'm not telling you to delete your social media forever. If you feel the need to go on your Facebook or watch some media, then use your desktop, because this will give you a barrier between these things. So on your phone, you have to delete Facebook, you have to delete Instagram, you have to delete YouTube, and you have to delete all the phone games. For most people, this is a very hard step, but if you understand the importance of this, you will complete this and you will be able to appreciate life so much. It's so refreshing to be sitting in a restaurant waiting for a friend and not doing anything and just observing your surroundings. You will never feel so in touch with your physical reality than to just be sitting there and appreciating life. Step 4 is to block websites. On most phones, you can't delete the actual web browser itself, and also we kind of need them in our day-to-day lives. But you can still block all the websites that you don't want to be accessing using a simple app that you can download in your App Store or in your Play Store. I want you to block all pornographic websites and block all social media websites. And you have to block the social media websites because now that you don't have the app, you're still going to navigate to be able to use the app on your browser. So blocking those websites is going to prevent you from actually being able to visit those websites at all. Don't become a slave to your phone. Use these 4 steps, and over the next 28 days, it's gonna feel so refreshing and so amazing not using your phone all the time that you're gonna want to continue this habit past the 28 days. All right, I'll see you in the next video.